Welcome back everyone to my Let's Play of Ogre Battle, March of the Black Queen. And we're back with Orpheus. Yep, we're back with him. The units look a little different, that's why. But the defensive line that I talked about in the last episode is basically the same here. We've got some mountain units here. So we got a mountain unit versus a mountain unit right here. So you'll see definitely how much weaker Orpheus's army is compared to that one that I used from the save state that I found online, just to fill in that hole that I got from losing those 2 episodes. So because these characters are, you know, so much weaker, it took me 2 episodes to get this far, as opposed to that 1 episode that I just put in to fill the place. So, yep. But that's okay. It just goes to show that, you know, even if you're not an overpowered army like Orpheus is here, you can still use the same strategies that he's using to beat this level. So, yep. It's all about the tactics that you use. So, Orpheus knows how to use his army most effectively. So, even though he'll suffer some defeats like he just saw up there, he can lose the battle, but he'll still win the war. So, our good old hero Orpheus. So, now our line's a little pushed forward a little bit further, because we were having some pretty decent success here on the bottom front here. So let's hopefully have some success with our witch, and she stuns that cleric. Woohoo! Or the shaman in the back, so that'll help. As long as she doesn't get woken up by our Dahlmuhd, and he didn't, so that's good. But Dahlmuhd is in a little bit of trouble there with low hit points, but thankfully the Eagle Man in the back row only has 1 lightning attack, so he can't hurt him anymore. So we may have lost this. Well, no, we did. I was gonna say we took a lot of damage. I'm afraid that we may lose it. And I think that Dahlmuhd's acid there at the end kind of sealed the success rate. So we don't have a cleric with that unit, so it'll take over that city there and heal up. So we just gotta hope that it turns. We just gotta hope they can hold out until it turns night, because then we get the vampire back, get some more offensive on that unit. So this unit's gonna do a little bit better against the dragons, as opposed to those golems. Wasn't doing much damage against the golems. They had that high defense. If only our rock golem there could do some damage. Rock golems are black, regular golems are tan, and then the iron golems are silver. So that's how you can tell the difference between the golems. And only the rock golem is mountain. The other 2 are plains units. So that's why I'm using the rock golem here, because I said there's a lot of fighting in those mountains up there. So we want to have mountain units. This is a plains unit that our mountain unit is fighting there. Those giants in the front row, they're titans. They're like a slightly lighter shade of red than our fire giant, who's a mountain unit there. So titans are plains units. So we got plains versus mountains. So we're seeing how good the golem's defense is there. Even the giant's only taking 1 hit point off him. Just gotta worry about the mage though, of course. Magic is, of course, the golem's weaknesses. So, well, even though we lost that, we didn't really lose much in terms of hit point wise. So that unit is still good to go. Can get into some more fights, and this unit should do a little bit better. Another mountain unit, thanks to our large Cerebus there. He's mountain terrain, so he's the biggest creature in the unit, so he gives that mountain terrain to all our units. So yeah, unfortunately we got a white magic weapon on our whatchamacallit, on our Muse there in the front, so she's not doing a lot of damage to the Titan. Remember, they're the good alignment giants, so they have the good white resistance, but thankfully our Cerebus was able to punch through. A charisma. You can use that on a unit to boost its charisma up a little bit. Good for those units that are like getting ready to promote, but for some reason may have not been able to promote. So here we have the other 2 golems. So this will be a plains unit, because remember, like I said, the iron golem there in the lower left and the regular golem in the upper right, both plains. So I just used the tower card there because I wasn't sure we'd be able to beat this unit just getting through their defenses. I didn't want that unit pushed back further into the sea. Golems were able to withstand their golems' attacks, but the problem was that mage would have been able to do a lot of damage to both our golems. So even though our monk there would have healed all that damage done to the golems, because the monk only gets one, the mage only gets 1 attack, it would still deal probably enough damage to swing the thing in their favor. A young mage in this town is looking for some statue for his research. Okay, little side quest maybe. Seems a lot of mages are looking for statues. And one guy, and I forget his name now, back in Diaspola, who wants the Sentinel demons. So I'll look him up here real quick as the battle's going on here between our large units. We have much better healing than them, though, and more offense too. So dragons only get 2 attacks, but they do have that cold attack, so that's probably what's helping them. Hitting our fire giant or the golem, either one, probably the ice will do a lot of damage to. So, but we've taken out one of their dragons, so should be a little bit easier this time. Slowly chipping away. Hit the paladin and do a lot of damage to him. Now he'll hopefully, yep, he'll heal himself. As long as the golem didn't go after, hit the gold dragon there first. The paladin remained the lowest hit point, so he'd heal himself. And that's what we want, because we want to keep the dragon at low hit points to finish him off. Keep pushing forward, slowly but surely. So, oh, it's Borgnine is the mage who wants that Sentinel demon back in Diaspola region. Trade that for 10,000 Goth, an undead staff, or a Stone of Dragos. None of them we need right now, so I guess if we did do a trade, we'd probably just get the Goth. We don't need money, but we don't need those items either, because we, our army's pretty much filled out, so I think we made our Dragoneer, a Dragon Master, back in Talgil. We finally got to promote our Dragoneer to the Dragon Master. Whew, that was lucky. I was afraid I might not take out that monk there, but good job. And he's there's that other unit looked like it was probably gonna pull down across that narrow strait that I talked about in the last episode, but looks like it pulled it to that other unit there, pulled it away. So this is not a good unit for us to fight. So that thunder in the back row will deal a lot of damage probably to our golem, and the petrify. That hits the golem, it takes away all his turns basically, because the cockatrice has much better agility, so it can potentially petrify our rock golem before he even gets to use one of his attacks. This might be a squeaker. Yep. Well, like I said, we're still in good physical condition, so we'll be able to keep on fighting. So that's mainly been the story of how Orpheus' army was going through this area. You know, a lot of losses, but we chip away at the enemy, and our units had, you know, good survivability, good tank ability. So they were able to survive pretty much on their own. I purposely set them up that way so that, because I knew there wasn't a lot of healing locations up in those mountains there. Remember that one city that we liberated was kind of far away from the mountains. Required a pretty decent not a big distance, but it required, you know, traveling across a little bit of plains. So we'd move a little slower on those plains. So I wanted to make sure my mountain units were, you know, pretty able to survive, be self-sufficient. So I, you know, have them with the monk, and they've been pretty much been able to do that and stay in the fight. They lose a lot of battles, but like I said, they, you know, it's what they call it, death by 1,000 cuts. You know, I don't, you know, really defeat the enemies, you know, like with a lich unit or a big magic heavy unit where I defeat a whole bunch of enemies at the same time, but I slowly whittle the enemies down. So, like if the golem would hit all his times here, we could probably take out the Muse in the front row, and then, you know, that's one less character they have attacking me. And one of the good things I guess about the golems having kind of low hit points is that they tend to be healed up pretty fully from the monk there when she uses her healing. So yeah, even though we lost that battle, look, we pretty much are almost at full hit points with that unit, so it's pretty much how things, like I said, have been going. And we, you know, once we take out maybe 1 or 2 of the enemies, then we can start winning consistently, but until then it's a lot of push back, push forward, push back, push forward. So this could be trouble. The Cerberus in the back there can target, yeah, it's targeting our mage, Dahlmuhd. So, but the good thing, our evil one there can reach across the rows. Not that it mattered there now. We just woke up the Cerberus with the acid attack. I was hoping we'd keep him stunned, and then that way he wouldn't target our leader again. But, well, that's not a lot of damage. He can survive 2 hits of that, so. Because the other 2, the Beast Man and the other Cerberus in the front row, they only have physical attacks, so they wouldn't be able to hit the Dahlmuhd. Just a matter of surviving that fire. But now we've seen what the fire can do. Not really much of a threat. We'll heal up pretty good, so. Let's see if, well, I was going to say, let's see if our mountain unit has a little bit more success, but they took out that rock golem who was definitely be able to finish off that Muse in the front row, but looks like our giant will be able to finish off the other Muse. And depending, I forget how my tactics are set, he may target the other one in the front. Let's see. Oh, nope, he must be having on strong or leader. So, another pushback, another setback, but they're not really getting anywhere either, so. We lost, but we keep pushing forward. Orpheus says, hey, it's not how many times you fall down, it's how many times you get back up. I think Rocky Balboa said that in, to his son in the Rocky Balboa. It's like basically Rocky 6. So, although would you consider it Rocky 6? Because they kind of, well, I guess it's Rocky 6, in the timeline, but I think they kind of just ignored that Rocky 5 even happened in the Rocky franchise. I don't think they mention pretty much anything in Rocky Balboa about Rocky 5. They make more mention of, you know, concussions and the effects of concussions from his fight with Ivan Drago in Rocky 4. So, hey, that Valkyrie unit is, or the Muse unit is flying away to take on the princesses. So we didn't do too much healing here, but I think he went from 82 hit points to 91, but still enough to survive. So, yep. Did a little bit more damage there, but oh, boo. Missed it by 1 hit point again. But, ooh, good, our guy went first. That would stink if we got messed up again by 1 hit point surviving. Even though it doesn't look like there's any enemies in sight, you never know, because we're mainly focusing up on this area here, so. Well, this should be an easy victory. Yep. No way we can lose this battle now, because that Paladin can't do any damage to us. And remember, Victory is only counted by how much damage both sides do to each other. So whoever does the most damage wins. So that unit could do no damage once you took out that gold dragon. And speaking of damage, let's bring out our heavy hitter, the boss killing unit, the 2 liches. You already know who the bosses are, the half-giant twins, or the rumored half-giant twins, Castor and Polydeuces. The Gemini Twins. They're apparently very, very strong. They have an attack that can fell a dragon in 1 hit. But it's kind of an interesting battle. And I'll talk about that interesting when we actually get to the fight, so. Oh, alright, we finally took out that unit. Now we can push forward. Our water unit is gonna head into the desert. You see those little walls there? They kind of channel you a little bit, slow you down a bit. If you have extra termites, you could use them here. Take down the wall. There's also another wall down to the south, part of the desert. We'll see it a little bit later when we're gonna fly over that way. There's another chaos gate down in that region, down in the south eastern tip of the desert. And that's the chaos gate that's going to take us to Shigold, which is the home of where Fogel is. We were told a little bit about Fogel, that the knights of Hogana went to Fogel. Those were the knights who were under the command of Fenrir of Ice. They went to Fogel to try to recruit Fogel to try to come over and help Fenrir. But I guess they never got the message, or they were intercepted by the Empire, because no help ever came. Other than Orpheus. But he didn't come from Fogel's employ. Fogel's knights. The Knights of Fogel. What do we get here? What? 4. And this was apparently the city that has a whole bunch of pirates in it. There have been a lot of pirates around here lately. Be sure to watch out. But, we have a high enough reputation that the pirates ain't gonna want to deal with us. Like I said, though, if we had a low reputation, though, under 50%, then we can get, like I said, that, the saga quest, the Mummy's map, where we gotta get the Mummy's map and do a whole bunch of jumping around from city to city. So, hey, our, Dahlmuhd is fully healed up. As you can see, we pretty much have taken out, all the Imperial units. No more really seem to be coming from the, base. So now we're just going to spend some time liberating some of these extra cities and temples. There's also a few little pieces of hidden treasure that we need to get. And we also want to, another side objective is, we just ran into a neutral encounter here. We want to run into a neutral encounter in the desert so we can get that Tiamat that we want. We need 2 Tiamats, one to keep in our army, and the other to turn into the zombie dragon by giving the Tiamat the undead ring. Yeah, the Black Dragon group is the only group that needs a special item for the dragon to reach its final tier. All the other dragons gain their final form just by leveling up and having a specific alignment. Undead got to do a little bit of fighting there, so did our octopus, or our kraken, who used to be an octopus, when he leveled up into the kraken. A lot of water here, so there was a pretty decent unit there. Hey, an Orpheus's unit, perfect. Got a neutral encounter right here in the desert. That's what we want. There's our Tiamat. Tiamat number 1. I don't know whether he'll be our Tiamat or we'll turn him into the zombie dragon. But either way, the option is there. So we're get a judgment card. Good card for taking out undead. It seems the pirates in Meltogal were looking for Momi's treasure map. Momi was the most notorious of all the pirates. But even 100 years after his death, his stash of loot has never been found. I'm sure the pirates that are hanging around Madagulp are hoping to get their hands on it. Well, unfortunately, we will not be able to help them get that, because, well, we're good. So there's that little wall there at the edge of the desert there. You can tear down with termites, but no real purpose for it. Orpheus is just gonna, his trusty little griffin, they're just gonna fly right over that little wall and uncover that chaos gate to uncover the final floating sky island. 4 in total. Of course, only one of them is necessary to, visit during the game. The Shangri-La, the island that Garz was going to drop on Zenobia. But we stopped that. A Taurus is not only good with a sword, but magic attacks just bounce right off them. Their only weaknesses are special fire attacks like Fire Breath. To fight them, try using Red Dragons or Cerebus. And I think that's referring to the class of the Gemini Twins. We'll just fight them with Liches, because Liches can use fire. That big firewall attack. Hey, congratulations, we found another Chaos Gate, the final Chaos Gate. Yeah, there's no other Chaos Gate in Shegold, because unlike Muspelm and Organa that link to one another, there's no other floating islands for Shegold to link to, so... Well, looks like we're gonna get another Kraken in our army here. Kraken's the neutral encounter over the sea. Red Dragons that they said we can use against the boss. They're located in the mountains. And of course we just saw the Tiamat we got a little earlier, a few minutes ago, in the desert. Kraken's in Tiamat level 17, and the Red Dragon is 18. Level-wise. But, yeah, and we have another hidden temple here, and there's another hidden city that I uncovered with the last video, with that fake army that I was using just to fill the space of the videos I lost, that I haven't uncovered in this video, because when I flew over to the west from getting that treasure in the south, I didn't pass over where the village was. Just took a different flight. Samurai armor, not too good. Heard the wizard in Escalanzo has a statue of Soda. Those have been forbidden by temples for years. As part of that Momi's map quest, the saga quest, one of the things you have to get is the song of Soda. And like the statue there, it's also outlawed. So if you are doing the evil quest, and you get that Song of Soda, you don't want to go to any temples because the monks will confiscate it off of you. So, be careful. Like I said, maybe I'll do a replay of this game later and do like an evil playthrough. So, recently the Black Marketeer Toad has moved into this village. He'll take you for every goth you owe him, so you best avoid him. He's part of the quest, the saga quest. You have to go to him to get the zebra fur, but you have to give him the golden goblet to get that. So he wants the golden goblet, and he trades you for zebra fur. And the zebra fur you trade to another guy. So that whole big chain. I mentioned it in the last episode. I guess I can mention it again here. But basically, the pirates in Maltagulp want the Momi's map. The person who has the Momi map is a wizard in Plinsport, and he wants Amatsu Stone. The Amatsu Stone is in Quintora. Wizard has it there, but he wants zebra fur for it. Toad has the zebra fur in Lasive, but in order to get that from him, you need the golden goblet. And to get the golden goblet, you have to give a Song of Soda to a thief in Stun Creek. And you can get that song by either buying it in Hescalano, or by going to a temple, raiding a temple, the temple south of Stone Creek. So that's the big chain. Sun card. We're going right back to tribute time. Oh, I'm so happy to meet you. Please take this gift as a token of our gratitude. It's a star fragment. The wizard in Hescalanza should pay you well for it. Alright. So we can sell it after this stage. Where's Hescalanza? Between those mountains, you can see across the sea there. And we got a star fragment. Yeah, we got a lot of money because we have a bunch of cities liberated and we sent a few of our units back to the base. We got some treasure to get up there in the upper corner. And Orpheus, he needs to do some liberating, and he also needs to get that city in the lower right. So that one hidden city. We don't need Jobeth. Uh-oh. Well, looks like we're over the mountains, so this one should be Red Dragon, yep. So we've run into all of the neutral encounters in this area, so. Healed everybody up there, although this unit ain't gonna get any more fights, so no reason to have it healed, but also no reason to recruit that neutral character, but it's either recruit the neutral character or fight him, and we're nice. Orpheus is a nice guy, even though he's never going to use those neutral encounters that he got already, other than the Tiamat. You know, he'll welcome to his army, give him a snack, and then send them on their way. He'll be like, y'all don't need to be fighting. Go home and go find a human to live with and have fun. Have a human with a big pet octopus. That'd be weird. Oh, they're very smart. They can like escape like tanks and stuff that they're in. They know how to like remove lids from things. Pretty neat. There's a difference between rumors and fact. People usually mean no harm, but gossip isn't good. Don't just believe everything you hear, but think about it. Okay. But yeah. So you don't have to believe me about octopuses being smart, you know. That's just what I heard. And I've seen videos of octopuses on the internet escaping their tanks, or like opening up a jar of peanut butter. Something like that. So, we can move the undead to the front here, because these guys don't have any white magic attacks, so. They do have some hit-all magic attacks, though, so our characters in the back row, not necessarily safe, but they also have some physical attacks, so the undead in the front row will protect them from the physical attacks, won't take any damage. Black sword, obviously, that is a black elemental weapon. So, if you guessed white, you're very bad at guessing games, and you probably shouldn't play them. But shouldn't play, what are some guessing games? 20 questions, guess who? The black sword plus 16 strength, minus 8 int. So, pretty good for, you know, a strength build character. Just don't give it to your wizards, because that would really hurt them, or your magic users. They don't need strength, they need intelligence. But, yeah, don't make that bad move. That's, I guess, just for, unless you really want to challenge yourself, you know. Maybe you want to make the game harder on yourself. I mean, I'm doing that right now by not using healing items or resurrections. So, probably gonna go much faster if I, you know, was just healing at cities and just use items, but nope. I'm gonna add myself some challenge. Sometimes it's interesting to do that. Gives a new new way to approach the game, so gotta play a little differently. What a card are we gonna chuck out here? Bloop. Have you ever heard of the star fragment? I need one for my studies. If you find one, please bring it here. Well, we have a star fragment, but this guy will not do anything with the star fragment until after the stage, so... And we're about to finish off this stage, so let's go fight the Gemini Twins. Brother Castor, it seems that the rebels have come to the castle. Yes, Brother Polydeuces, it seems that they are standing in front of us. How could they have gotten this close? Well, what should we do about this? Indeed, what should we do? I suppose you should greet them as fellow warriors. Castor is the blonde one, and the older. Yes, an excellent idea, Brother Castor. Well, welcome, rebel heroes, to our castle. We hate to waste lives, but we cannot allow insubordination. Prepare to meet your end. Remember, they're named after stars, so, like Sirius and Deneb. So, Castor is the leader. He's the one in the blonde hair with the, in the back row. You only have to defeat Castor. However, if you defeat Castor, the battle does not end. But if you defeat Castor, and then the, Polydeuces is still alive, and the battle is over, you'll get the loser, that you've lost the battle. However, when you go back to the world map, they'll give you the victory screen. Another funny thing you can do is, you could whatchamacallit, you could, defeat, Castor in the back row there, and then, have Polydeuces still alive in the front row, and then run away. And, the game will treat it as if you won. So, like I said, you only have to, defeat, Castor in the back. So yeah, we defeated him, so we can run away right now, if we wanted to. But we're gonna finish him off here. Now, if the two Gemini Twins are still alive, they do like a final kind of attack there. That's, I guess, that magical attack that they're talking about that can fell a dragon in one hit. So you want to try to take one of them out at least. If you take out Polydeuces and Castor's still alive, it's treated like any other enemy. Where if you defeat the boss, you defeat the flunkies, but not the boss. The flunky will come back, so Polydeuces will come back. But like I said, all you have to do technically is defeat Castor, and you can run away and win. So that wraps up this stage. Now we have two ways we can go into the Empire. We can go through the Dahlmuhd Desert, or we can go north through the Ryan Sea. Which way will we go, or will we stop at the final floating island, Shegold? Find out in our next episode. Thanks for following along. Take care. Bye.